morning. My name is Judge Healis. You're here today for first appearance. Before court today, I reviewed all of the documents and the probable cause affidavits in your case. I have already determined whether there was probable cause for your arrest or not. If I found there was no probable cause in your case, you will be released today. That does not mean that your case is dismissed. The state attorney's office could still prosecute your case. It just means that the law enforcement officer did not give me what I needed today in order to find probable cause. So you will be given a new court date. If I found probable cause, I will then ask you some questions to determine whether your bond will stay the same, increase, decrease, or whether there are any other conditions of your release. Please only answer the questions that I'm asking you here today. They are designed not to violate your right to remain silent and not to get you into any more trouble. You have the right to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you today. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, come forward to the podium. Irene Dunlap. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your date of birth?
September 14, 1950.
Okay, you are here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office. And I'm going to ask the state attorney's office if you have a prior criminal record, okay? State?
A murder, first degree, premeditated adjudication of guilt in 1975 out of Hernando County, and no other convictions, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Dunlap, I have an address for you on Easy Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, baby.
Okay. Do you have any type of job?
No, I got business now.
All right. You need to order that you have no contact with Frederick Jones, okay? Don't have any contact with him. Don't call him. Don't write him. Don't go to his residence or his school, work, anywhere that he might be, okay?
And that's my son.
I understand that. That's why it's a domestic battery. All right. Okay, so don't have any contact with him. Are we going to have any trouble with that?
I won't, baby.
All right. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case he wants to file any civil paperwork against you. And we're going to see you back to court on June 12th at 11 a.m., okay? I'm going to give you a bond of $1,000. Misty Wynn. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
189.
You are here today for possession of drug paraphernalia. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do they currently represent you in your felony case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead and appoint them here in this case. And you have a pending case right now. It looks like that's in front of Judge Toner for a grand theft from a dwelling. It looks like you were out on bond on that, and your next court date is June 1st at 10:30 in the morning. Based on that, there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you're on bond. So you have two options here today.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of. You have one option here today. I'm either going to recommit you on the felony case and revoke your bond and hold you in custody. Well, I can do that until you show up at your next court date and give you a misdemeanor court date of June 12th. Or you can decide to resolve your misdemeanor today. If you want to resolve it today, I'll take a look at your prior record, and I'll listen to the state attorney's office, and I'll see if we can get you a jail sentence today, of maybe like somewhere between probably 10 or 30 days. What are you inclined to do? Well, let's find out. What is her prior record?
She has trespass adjudication in 2019 and a resisting officer without violence adjudication in 2018.
Okay. Are you okay with the 10 days?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
want to take that? If you want to take the 10 days today, we'll go ahead and give you the 10 days, and I won't touch your bond on the felony case.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand that by taking this plea today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with regard to this possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
Accept or plead no contest. I find this freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sent you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of about $575 that you need to pay, as well as the cost of incarceration for those 10 days. You still have a court date on June 1st in front of Judge Toner at 10:30 in the morning. Make sure you're on time for that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And we won't do a PDC. I don't think the PD. Cheryl English.
Good morning.
Morning, can I have your date of birth?
August 4th, 1988.
All right, you are here today for a domestic battery. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, and I'm going to ask the state if you have a criminal history. Okay, go ahead, state.
State prison sentence in 2014 for organized fraud in Hernando County, adjudication in 14 for grand theft of motor vehicle, fraudulent use of credit card adjudication in 2014 along with those charges, a 2013 adjudication of guilt for organized fraud, a adjudication for paraphernalia in that year, and no other history, Your Honor.
I have an address here on Jason Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, that's where I was residing till the domestic.
How long have you lived there?
On and off for a few years.
Do you have a job?
Not at the moment, ma'am.
Okay. I need to order that you have no contact with Christopher Brooks. Don't have any contacts with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of his residence, school, employment, or vehicle. No text messaging, social media, or technological contact whatsoever. If you have any contact with Mr. Brooks while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case he wants to file any civil paperwork against you. Then you can bond out for the $2,000, and we'll see you back to court on June 12th at 11 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Aisha Fields. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
12/14/92.
You're here today for a violation of pretrial release. There's probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant I signed on May 20th. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
The public defender's office. I see you have some open cases here. You have a criminal mischief and a possession of marijuana in front of Judge Hitzman, and then you have a trespass in front of me. We're going to get all those cases, including this case, on the same court date here. So there's probable cause that you committed other crimes while you were out on bond. So I'm going to recommit you on the 13, 62, 11, 17, and 901 cases. I'm going to revoke your bonds on those cases, and then if you even had bonds, I'm not sure, but you're going to revoke your freedom. You're going to be held in custody on those cases. You're entitled to a bond on this case. I'm going to set a bond at $5,000, and we're going to set all of these cases for court in front of Judge Hitzman on June 19th at 11 a.m. 9 a.m. June 19th at 9 a.m.
Yes,
See you
ma'am.
back to court then, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Robbie Chansey.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
June 15th, 1988.
You are here today for a violation of an injunction. There's probable
ma'am.
cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State any criminal history?
A PTI for aggravated stalking after injunction violation of injunction in 2019, and no other criminal history, Your Honor.
Is he still on PTI for that?
It looked like the case was already closed. Like,
Okay.
they filed it with me.
Just paid it off yesterday, ma'am.
You just finished it yesterday?
Yes, ma'am, and I've been doing good, and I just told her I consider her child support.
All right, I
I'm
heard.
here.
Hey. Did you hear what I said at the beginning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're not supposed to say anything about the facts of your case. You could be getting yourself into more trouble, so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have an address to you on Ichabod Court in Leesburg, Florida. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Since I've been put on PTI.
Okay, so a couple years?
About a year.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind
I'm
of work?
self-employed.
What kind of work do you do?
I do sales.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $100. I'm going to see you back to court on June 12th at 11 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Joshua Velez.
I don't know.
Hi, how are you? All right, what is your date of birth?
5/18/1889.
You
I
are
was
here.
trying to.
You're here today for a DUI and a driving on suspended driver's license. They also have you here for a violation of probation.
I was wondering if I can have a bond, ma'am.
Okay, well, look, that's what everyone is here for, okay? Everyone is here to try to find out bonds. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's happening, but I ask them questions, you answer them, and then I set a bond.
Oh,
Okay?
yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, you're here for the DUI and driving on suspended driver's license. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office, and I'm going to ask the state about your prior record. Oh, it looks like he has open cases too, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like you have 2 open cases in front of Judge Hitzman, both of them for driving on suspended driver's license. And those are set for court on June 16th. Okay. So they put the BOP on the same PC, which is kind of weird, but the BOP is a felony, and the 2 new charges are misdemeanors, so we need 2 court dates. So here's what I'm going to do, sir, is I'm going to I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 on the DUI, $1,000 on the driving on suspended driver's license. You have the violation of probation. That's going to be no bond. What I'm going to do is get you in front of Judge Toner fairly quickly so he can hear what's going on in that. He has an arraignment date coming up on June 1st at 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and get you into that court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have your court date in front of Judge Hitzman on June 16th. So I'm going to recommit you on those 2 cases, the 2669 and the 2267. And we will see you back on June 16th in front of Judge Hitzman for that. And this new misdemeanor will be given the June 16th court date. So
Sure,
all the
June
misdemeanors are
1st?
June 16th, and then the felony case is going to be June 1st. Does that make sense? Everybody?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
sir. You have a question?
It'll be June 1st.
June
All right.
1st for your felony violation of probation, and June 16th for all 4 of your misdemeanors now.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Peter Klein. Can I have your date of birth?
1/20/57.
You are here today for a DUI. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I think I have an attorney right now that's
Okay, who do you
working
have?
on something. I'm sorry?
Who do you have?
Heislop?
Okay. And you're going to hire him for this case?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I see that you have a pending case right now as well, possession of controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia. That is set for court on June 3rd, and you're out on bond on that case. There's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you're out on bond. So I'm going to revoke your bond on those cases and hold you in custody until you resolve your cases. And we're going to get you back to court on this case on June 12th at 11 a.m. And I'm going to keep your bond the same on this case, okay? 1,000. Okay, thank you. Daniel Smart. Can I have your date of birth?
12/24/72.
You are here today for fleeing to elude, driving on suspended driver's license, and resisting an officer without violence. The total bonds right now are $5,000 for those. We also have you here today for a violation of probation, which is a no bond. There's probable cause for your arrest on these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll put the public defender's office on both of your cases. We're going to keep the bond the same on the new charges, $2,000, $2,000, and $1,000. The violation of probation is no bond, so that'll remain at no bond. And we'll see you back to court on the cases here in Hernando County. You have a court date June 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And then for the Pasco County violation of probation, you're going to get a court date from Pasco County when you get over there, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Kyle Schweiderman. Can I have your date of birth?
July 26, 1995.
All right. You are here today for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving where your license is suspended or revoked. There's actually 2 counts of drug paraphernalia, so there's 4 counts altogether. I found probable cause for your arrest on each. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll find public defender's office. It looks like they're also representing you on your felony case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were arrested for that felony case on April 7th, and you're out on bond on that case, and you have a court date on June 1st. So there's probable cause to believe that you committed these crimes while you were out on bond. Because of that, I'm going to revoke your bond on the 20 CF 581. I'm going to hold you in custody on that case until you appear back to court on June 1st. On this case, I'll keep the bonds I'll set the bonds at $1,000 each for a total of $4,000. And we'll see you back to court on June 12th at 11 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Richard Knighton.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
1/10/70.
All right, you are here today for a violation of probation on felony. You want you held no bond until you appear back in front of Judge Merritt for that. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back to court on June 23rd at 9 a.m., okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kendrick Mobley.
Understand this matters outside.
Yes, sir.
Judge, would it be okay if his mother comes in the courtroom and sits in the back?
I can hear what you're saying.
Would it be okay if a defendant's mother comes in? Mr. Mobley's mother apparently is out in the hallway.
You explain that he's being very unruly.
I should tell her, but I'll explain to her after.
Okay.
I think that based on his behavior this morning and how he's been, I don't give him any opportunity to act out, or get more emotional than he probably already is. So I think we should just advise her as to what happens when he's and I don't think she's involved in this case at all. She's not a victim or anything. So
Okay.
I think that's what we'll do.
How are you doing, Lauren?
I'm doing okay, Mr. Mobley. How are you?
I'm fine myself.
All right. So let's go over what we got going on here, okay? First,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
just confirm your date of birth for me?
11/25/97.
All right. You are here today for a burglary of a dwelling with a domestic assault and burglary of conveyance. Currently, there's no bond on that because of the domestic nature of it. You're also here for criminal mischief and a domestic battery. And currently, there's no bond on that because it's domestic and that's pursuant to statute. Okay, so I did find probable cause for each of these cases. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you? Are you going to hire a lawyer, or do you want to represent yourself?
Public defender.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender in both these cases. I'm just going to ask the state attorney a little bit about your prior record, okay? State?
Yes, ma'am.
An adjudication withheld for a criminal mischief in 2019, and a Berg of a stretcher adjudication withheld in 2019. A PTI in 13 for paraphernalia, and a marijuana case.
And those cases was closed.
I understand, they're all closed. We're going over your prior record.
I know, but I'm talking about the burglary of a dwelling.
Yeah.
Those cases was later found out like I was scammed,
Okay.
and I was proven guilty, and I was guilty, but I had to go to Judge Toner, and Judge Toner switched me to Merritt, and when I went to Merritt told me that he felt like I shouldn't be charged with this, so he just gave me a court-ordered fine.
Okay.
And when he gave me the fine, he just took me. I wasn't on PTI or none of that.
Okay.
Because they put me on
It's also,
PTI.
we're not here for a hearing on that or an argument about that.
okay.
They're just giving you a
Yes,
frame of
ma'am.
reference. So it's all, we're
Yes,
all
ma'am.
All right. I have an address for you on Century Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, ma'am.
All right. Where do you live these days?
That's my family's address. I don't have an address.
You don't have one? Okay.
No, ma'am.
So where would you be living if you were to get out of jail today?
My grandma's office, 27156 Turner.
Okay, what's the address?
That address, that 9442 address, the same girl that this case is on, she went there while I
Okay,
wasn't there
I
and
just
started
need
issues
to
with my
know
family.
where you would be living if you got out of jail today.
27156 Fernery Avenue. Sorry about that, miss.
Yeah, that's okay. So,
That's Louisiana too.
okay, gotcha.
That's the area.
All right,
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
All right, got it. Cool. All right, so I need to order that you have no contact with the victim in this case, Nyaniva Calvi. Don't have any contact with her, okay? I'm probably not saying that name correctly at all. If you can't have any contact with her, you know who she is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, don't
Yes,
go
ma'am.
to her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. You gotta stay 500 feet away. No social media, technological contact. Don't send her messages through a third party, that kind of thing. I need to hold you
Yes,
until
ma'am.
4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you, so that way we know where to find you. And
But how can I ensure that I'm gonna be safe? Because I'm in jail right now for something that I didn't do.
okay, well
And
that's
if she did this to me, she could do anything.
all right. Well, here's the deal: is that is
Because
not.
when she went,
Listen, hey,
when
you asked
on my last case,
Stop. You asked me
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question. Let me answer it.
yes, ma'am.
That is what your attorney is for. I can't represent you. I can't tell you how to proceed. I can't tell you how to handle your case. I can tell you you're not the first person to tell me that. But I
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
do anything for you here today. You need to talk to your lawyer about that. Do you understand? We're
Okay,
not here
well,
today
then
for
I
a full
can-
hearing on this case.
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Okay. I'm about to set
Is
your
there-
bonds, but if you keep arguing with me, then I'm just going to keep everything at 0.
Yes, ma'am.
So, stop. All right, for the criminal mischief, I'm going to keep the bond at $2,000. For the misdemeanor battery with that case, the dating violence, I'm going to set that at $2,000. No contact with the victim. We'll see you back to court on that case on June 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. With regard to the burglary of a dwelling and burglary of conveyance, those bonds are going to be $5,000 each. And we'll see you back to court June 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon, okay?
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
thank you, sir. All right, did we get everybody? Oh, no, there was an add-on.
There's a change of
Do we
plea.
have a Maurizio Capelli? Yes, ma'am. All right.
Judge.
2020 MM1234. Mr. Capelli, you are here today for resisting without violence. You do have the public defender assisting you, and they're in the courtroom today. Go ahead, Mr.
Judge, there's also 20 MM355, which is a paraphernalia. The clerk is aware of that. He still has an open felony that's unrelated, so this won't release him unless he posts on that. But the agreement with the state attorney's office would be 17 days time served on both of these cases. He did have the PD, and since the felony is not resolved, I guess we'll leave it up to the court about claims.
Okay. All right, sir, do you want to resolve both of your misdemeanor cases today?
But restate my original bond.
No, you would be sentenced to it. You'd be resolving them today. You'd be pleading no contest or guilty, whichever you choose, and you'd be sentenced to the 17 days that you already had in jail. Would you like to?
And get released.
Well, you'd still have that felony case, but these cases would be resolved, the misdemeanor cases.
Okay.
Do you want to take care of them today?
Sure.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony before the court be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right. Put your hand down. State your name.
Richard Capelli.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking a plea on these cases today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in
Yes.
order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
Okay. With regard to the resisting without violence in 20 MM1234, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
Accept or plead no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 17 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 17 days that you have in. You will have fined a court cost of about $550 on the public defender fee assessed against you. With regard to the possession of paraphernalia charged in 2020 MM355, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
Yes.
Accept or plead no contest. Find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 17 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 17 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of about $575 and the public defender fee assessed against you. We'll save the cost of incarceration for felony court, and that will clear up both of your misdemeanor cases. You still have that felony case, and it sounds like you still might have to post a bond on that case in order to be released. And you need to make sure to still appear to court for that case. Okay? Thank you, sir. All right, Dale, is that everybody?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Have a good day.